Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Hello and welcome to City Alpha 3, the Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party. I'm your host, Philip Gilfus, joined as always by my co-host, Darren Moser and Daniel Prue. Gentlemen, how is this almost end of Season 3 Lower Decks time of Star Trek, doing?
Well, it's September right now, which isn't that an anniversary for us? I think we first started podcasting in September. I think Facebook is telling me it's been another year since, what was it, episode 111 of Ready Room, something like that.
I was never that young.
It feels like it both feels like a very long time ago and not so long ago.
Mm-hmm. That was, I don't know how many mics or laptops ago. But anyway.
I think it was 2013. So if it was that year, that's 9 years of podcasting.
So
wow.
Go ahead and plan for that 10-year celebration.
That's right. We're going to have to do something big.
Celebration and or breakup. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Another RPG night of fun.
What about you, Daniel? How goes DS9? Or still circling around it?
We're still doing lower. You just said it, Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Catch up at this point. So we just watched the episode. Oh man, what was the episode about? I can't remember.
Was
the
it
third episode?
Oh, third. Sorry, because the latest one was Reflections, but third episode. I don't know.
Oh no, it's the one where they go into the holodeck and it's black and white, and then the doctor and the Bajoran guy were apparently in a relationship, which I didn't know that was a thing, but that's some information that we're given. That episode.
Oh yeah, with the Omega Shift or whatever.
Delta Shift.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Delta.
So screw those guys. Yeah, I just watched. And I know you haven't, Daniel, but I just watched Reflections. It was, and you get a little bit into the past of. Why am I blanking on the character? Rutherford. Yeah. And that was like. I mean, I didn't check the time, not in a bad way. That seemed like a long, but like that seemed like a legit episode, like kind of like how Orville season 3 kind of got serious, and like it's not. I mean, it's still funny, but like there's like a dense A story for that one, and I was like, this is like a serious episode. I mean, like seriously built. So I was like, man, they're kind of getting a little more legit instead of just the fart jokes here. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that episode as well. It's because that. The mystery of Rutherford's implant is still kind of floating around there, and it'll be interesting to see what that finally ends up being.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're starting to drop some. There's that, and then something with Mariner, but they're trying to drop some threads. So I think it's really interesting what they're doing. So
they did in the episode that I was watching when they were in the holodeck. He mentioned he's like, I died. Are we ever going to talk about that? And it's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think we're allowed to talk about that. But
senior officers can ask each other, but junior officers can't ask them.
Yeah, that one was funny. And like Rutherford's about to ask him, and then another junior officer asks, and he's like, "How could you do that?
Just leave." But Lower Decks is getting even better. Which I mean, it doesn't need to. Honestly, I'm like, it was fine where it was, but it's getting better. So yeah, I'm interested to see. Where they go. And then, of course, Prodigy will take the baton for the rest of the calendar year. And I believe that's all the Star Trek for 2022. And then I'm sure we'll get some Discovery Strange New World announcement here eventually. But
until they shadow drop Section 31, bam!
Exactly.
Just comes out of nowhere.
Exactly. You got to be on Paramount Plus to get it. Oh well, yeah. This isn't a complaint, but it's sort of the completionist in me. I was like, because I'm on season 5 of Voyager, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch just to the end of the season, and take a breath before moving to season 6. But like, it keeps going. I was like, 22, that'll be. Oh, there's 23. Oh, there's 24. How long are these seasons again?
It was a different world back then.
I'm like, geez, okay, this thing never ends. But yeah, so with Star Trek Picard season 3 coming out in 2023 ? Whatever date it is, month it is. I got to thinking. Obviously, we've kind of talked a little bit about what to expect in one of our past episodes about what season 3 could bring for good or for ill. But it got me thinking about, obviously, we're excited or worried over the return of all our favorite TNG characters. And so it got me thinking about taking a moment to kind of look at each character in turn about, where they started, what they've been through in the time we've seen them, no matter how many series or movies they were in, and then kind of, what's their set piece that we know of starting in season 3. So I thought, just picking randomly, we'd start with Geordi La Forge. So, we can kind of break it up into like season 1 through 3 and 4th, but it doesn't have to be a rhyme or reason, but just kind of go semi-chronologically. So, of course, we're introduced to a young Lieutenant Junior grade, Geordi La Forge.
Red shirt
Command
Geordi.
Division.
Yeah. Is this an official report, La Forge? Joining as the helm officer of the Enterprise D. And it's never canon, but it's sort of implied, or at least inferred, or at least in the memory alpha will say he was coming from the Hood, where Riker was first officer. And transferring to the Enterprise D.
So he already knew Riker,
I guess. Yeah. I mean, again, it's not established. It's not, but that's sort of semi-established, if you will. But anyway.
I got the impression that he didn't know Riker, and that's Riker was doing to Geordi what Picard later does to Riker in the episode. And so
he was one of those. He's a junior grade. I mean, I'm a commander. I don't think we really need to know. All these officers.
You must manually operate the helm. What? How do I?
What does that even mean? It's like,
just wait till insurrection.
This turbolift will take you to the reaction control thruster. You open the valve.
I know it's mentioned switching to manual, and they're still just pressing buttons. I'm like, I don't think you're switching to manual. But anyway, but yeah. So I think Geordi we can kind of do a little easier because that's basically red shirt Geordi era. What did you all what are your thoughts on red shirt era Geordi?
Red.
That's interesting because he, as a character, doesn't really come into his own. I mean, I can think of the one episode, of course, that season 1 episode with the stupid bots on the planet where they're trying to sell him stuff. What the heck is the name of that episode?
I know, I was going to say who watches, and that's obviously not
no.
It's a really good episode. I mean,
it's the bubblegum episode, the U.S. Lollipop episode.
Yeah.
I want to say another conundrum beginning.
I can't remember the name of it.
But that's a really, I say really good. It's a good episode because, they use the entire cast, which doesn't always happen. Yeah. And they pair everyone up. I mean, it's basically like Star Trek Beyond, everyone gets a time to shine in that episode, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that was, I'm blanking on it. Icarus Factor.
But anyways, that episode, I'm just trying to think of the moments I can remember of Geordi while he was in the red shirt. That sticks out to me, but there's not many. I feel like he kind of comes more into his own when they put him in engineering, but he, I think
Arsenal of Freedom.
Arsenal of Freedom. Yeah. I think, the idea was supposed to be like this is funny or interesting or, look how far we've progressed by putting the blind guy, driving the ship. And that was it kind of. They didn't really have a lot going for the character in the beginning. So he was, there wasn't a lot there, I don't think.
And you had in that episode the actual chief engineer of the week,
Argyle.
Logan. This was Logan.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but
Lieutenant Commander. Yeah,
but he comes up and he's like, "We need to leave. You need to relinquish command." And it's like, I wonder if the writers are like, "Man, I wonder if Geordi would be a good chief engineer." Which is actually, I know we're not quite there yet, but I don't remember ever seeing a behind the scenes article or whatever that talked about that in universe promote. What spurned that? Was it literally just the writers going, "We're tired." Oh yeah, we really should have a chief engineer, as an actual main cast member that doesn't change. What do we do with that?
Well, my favorite part, and I might be bleeding into. No, I think this is still red shirt Geordi, where because there was one episode, or maybe more than one episode, where he and maybe Commander Riker, it wasn't just him, but Geordi and someone else was going to engineering to fix something, and there was literally no one there. They're the only ones, and I think that was one of those sort of and I'm sure I've read this where, if you all remember, literally well, maybe not literally, but if not the first scene, the second scene of Encounter in Farpoint is man engineering. And I think because they wanted to, like, if you write it in the script, they forced them to build the set. And so because I think,
I read that. I think that they were like, if they didn't put it in the pilot, like they literally won't have the budget to ever build a main engineering set, which sounds crazy, but
because I almost think that the thought was like, oh, in the 24th century, it's all automated. We don't need that. And then you just think about, like, do we even need a main engineer? Do we need do we need a Scotty anymore?
Well, now, so this is the part where we have to jog our memory because season 2 Geordi is still in red. Is that right?
No.
Are you sure? I don't remember seeing him with the pinstripes.
Because because he's a Lieutenant La Forge in season 2 in yellow, and then he's Lieutenant Commander La Forge in season 3. Someone want to check me on that? I might be wrong. But
he gets to be Lieutenant Commander, and we never see that promotion ceremony or anything. It's never talked about. I don't remember that at all.
He gets like a promotion a season. But feel free to check me. I might be wrong, but I'm
this is fuzzy because like I didn't do any research before. But like so, season 1, he's on the bridge. Season 2, he's in engineering. Yeah. And then season 3, he's like actual Geordi as we think of Geordi.
Yeah. Season 2, it's saying that he was promoted to Lieutenant Commander, so he went from
junior grade to Lieutenant Commander
to Lieutenant Commander. Mm-hmm. That's like two notches, right? That's
because they got the new uniforms in season 3, right?
Yes.
And so that's when you see Lieutenant Commander. Yeah. Or sorry.
God, for some reason, I just don't remember seeing him in the gold.
Oh, sorry. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm misreading.
You need to watch more season 2.
So yeah, he was promoted to lieutenant and became the chief engineer, and that was in The Child, which is the first episode of season 2.
Okay. So it is mentioned on screen. Interesting that I have no memory of that. But
well, like one thing that we saw with Red Shirt era, it's officially calling it capital letters, because he was sitting up front. Of course, he has best friend con duty with Data. I mean, that's how that arguably gets started, or that dynamic with him and Brent. In real life. But I assume, I'm not an expert, but I assume that repartee developed, and they're like, well, we'll keep it even when he changed his position.
Yeah, I remember like scenes of like something crazy happens on the view screen, and Data and Geordi always gave each other looks and stuff. And like,
when they had to do something, it's like, hey, engage Alpha Command, and they look at each other, nod, boop, 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 boop.
So that's probably right. That's probably where it started.
Well, like you said, mentioning it, Daniel. Yeah, I think it literally was an early shot in that episode of The Child where Riker goes into the ready room and Geordi's already there, and he's in his gold, and he's like, chief engineer, still has a nice ring to it. It's like wink, nod, looking at the camera, like basically saying, we changed you to chief engineer. Want to let the audience know.
Lots of promotions on TNG, if you think about it. Worf just got promoted, before a couple episodes before that, and there's always somebody getting promoted on that show in between seasons.
Meanwhile, Data's like, so guys, been here for 7 years in the same position. That's
because Riker won't get out of the chair. Get out of the way, man.
Do you see like Data sneaking glances at the first officer's chair sometime? Being like,
well, and then you have I think also Worf switched to operations in this season as well.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, so we lost
security, but yeah,
we lost 2 red shirts in the same same episode, basically. Interesting. Yeah.
Picard and Riker are like, the only red shirts on this main cast are these guys. But yeah, because I think not in a bad way, but I think red shirt Geordi is kind of a little different from what we're about to see yellow shirt Geordi, because I mean he's younger. I'm hand quoting younger. He acts younger. He's a little more witty, snappy, because he's not like that to the same extent after he's a yellow shirt. It's always like, as you say, something comes on screen, it's always Geordi with like the one-liner. Like he's kind of like how Tom Paris is kind of on Voyager usually. There's always like a designated, like a Dak, Jadzia. There's always a designated one-liner, on the crew, and that was always Geordi until he left. And then you didn't really
why?
One.
Because Reading Rainbow came out, so they nerdified his character. Now he's a reader, so he's less snarky and more, kind of calm and cool and collected. That's why.
See, that's funny because my wife, when she was young and watched what was it? She watched that Reading Rainbow episode where he, takes us on the Enterprise and shows us.
So
around.
I have 2 jobs. Yeah. Can you say?
Well, what's funny is she didn't realize that he was actually a regular on that show. She thought it was one of those like, oh, we're gonna make it look like, it's like when you go
guest
visit.
spot. Yeah,
it's like a guest spot, or you go and visit a manufacturing plant, and they're like, we're going to put you in this hard hat and stuff, and you're going to act like a worker, but you're not really. So she didn't realize that he was actually a regular on that show.
It's like doing Star Trek, doing crossovers before it was cool in the 90s, right?
And again, I assume for all of us, we're kind of looking mixed up backwards because I don't know if none of us started at season 1, right? TNG,
right?
And so sort of had to go back to see what we started with, but so I mean, let's not the visor in the room. Let's not talk about it. So he is wearing the visor, which is for LeVar, it's interesting because he obviously has to do a lot more. So maybe that's why he was the one-liner, because how else can you express who am I? Because you can't see the eyes are always very expressive as an actor. And of course,
he was always still pretty expressive, even with it on. Like he just, when he kind of like set his jaw and kind of tilted his head a bit and looked at you, you knew he was upset. Like he conveyed a lot.
Like when he talks to Barclay, you can see the annoyance on his face.
You can see the annoyance.
Wait, well, we get visorless Geordi in season 1, don't we? In one of the Q episodes, I think.
Oh, well, yeah, the bad one, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Of course, I'm not going to remember the title, but yeah, the one where he's like trying to give. Oh no, this was season 1, was it?
Yeah, it was season 1 because it was the one where it is the second one, which was not the good one with the giving Riker Q powers.
Yes. Yep. And he tries to make Wesley into a big, strong Hulk
exactly
man.
Like Will Wheaton looks like now.
Looks just
night
like
and day.
Yeah, and then he tries to give Geordi his sight back, and
gives Worf a lady.
Well, and we also had the where he like snapped the module on the side of it and like transmitted what he was seeing onto a view screen, which we never ever used again. Yeah. But it's
what is that you're looking at, Geordi? It's like, that's data. Okay.
Oh, you don't see him as a big white light? Yeah. I thought he was an angel. Wait, no, okay. Yeah, we do. I mean, again, I don't know if it's funny or disrespectful that we miss the times. No longer get that season 1 of like,
they're just trying anything and everything.
Well, like no, Picard's like on the view screen, like I can't see what's. Geordi, go look out the window, see what you can see, and Geordi have to go walk over to like by then the conference room I think had not been established where it was. So you had to like go several decks to wherever the conference room was, and then look out the window and. This is what I see. I'm like,
it is to me. It's interesting. I don't know if this is a good place to. Well, it is. Since you brought it up, but like his blindness is such a weird thing because like I get like Star Trek wants to have representation of disabilities, but it turns it into a like he has a superpower.
It's a superpower. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's actually not showing what that is like because we've overcome it and we have so much advanced technology that it's like he's just now has supervision, and I don't know. It's just a weird thing to do. I don't know. That's all.
I'd say it was almost handled not better, but just more realistic in the Voyager episode where Tuvok is blinded and burned, and he activates a tactile interface. Just that little subtle bit of like, of course, the computers can accommodate for that because it's Starfleet, and that's never an issue. Or even Strange New Worlds, we have the Anir, the chief engineer.
Oh yeah,
who is also blind. So there's been lots of blind people.
I was thinking why, and I know why because people have been like, "That's stupid." But in universe, when that happened with Tuvok, why didn't they replicate him with visor?
Oh, that would have been interesting.
I'm guessing because you also have the implants. So like it's and it wasn't that was that
Year of Hell? I think. Yeah,
I was going to say it got reset, but that would have been really interesting.
Kind of cool.
I mean, like I can see people go, "It's stupid," but I'm like, well, it doesn't look exactly the same.
But think about it.
Just a visor.
If any doctor could adding a visor to you surgery, it's the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He'd totally be able to handle that.
And here's the thing. I've played Star Trek Online. Every 10th person has a Geordi visor on.
That's true.
So I know this is a common thing that happens in
that's
the
more
Star
of like
Trek
a
universe.
fashion accessory, I'm sure, than
Because I'm trying to remember. I forget if Tim Russ tried out for that part or not. I can't remember.
Oh, I think he did.
I think he did.
So that just would have been funny to have been like, this is what it
He's
was
like,
like.
finally got the visor on after all these years.
Cool. Okay, well, unless you have anything else from season
God,
one.
now I want to see Tuvok in a visor like that. I really feel like you said that would. I mean, obviously the activate tactile interface is cool and it solves the problem in about 2 seconds versus a scene needed to show the visor. But that would have been such a cool callback.
Because also, I almost wish. Now I'm trying to that. I mean, you can do it now. Obviously, there's enough Star Trek series, but you don't have. I don't want to say you never, because maybe in Discovery, but you rarely, that I can think of to the top of my head, ever see someone wearing a visor. And so, presumably, I mean, it's not like Geordi is the only blind or visually,
We see
whatever.
someone wear one in Lower Decks. There's a person walking around with it. Okay, I'm sorry, I keep getting stuck on this Tuvok thing, but what would have been cool is if instead of a visor, they had cobbled something together with Seven's help. And so basically like a bionic eye. And so what they would have done is then put Tim Russ in like green contacts or something like that, which would have been very like striking. Like you would have very clearly seen that. And then it would kind of imply that technology eventually led to, what Geordi has. It's like part Borg tech. That could have been interesting.
So you're saying he should look like Rutherford?
That's true. Rutherford is also a visor type. It's replacing one eye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the visor memory alpha page, and there's a picture of a teddy bear from.
Build-A-Bear.
From Lower Decks that has a visor on it.
Oh yeah.
And there's also apparently a background character who on Discovery that had a primitive version of the visor. So
I figured.
Interesting.
But yeah. All right. Well, let's. I know I'm not doing this season by season, but just because season 2 and then season 3 onward, So just briefly. So season 2, as we said, he gets chief engineer, Lieutenant La Forge is what we're talking about now. Chief engineer. Because I think as it's, you tell me whether you agree or not. As engineering grew, did Geordi's character grow? Because I mean, in season 2, I still feel like he's the only one down there. I mean, there may be one or two background players, but you go to engineering, it's just there's no one else you're ever going to recognize.
Well, it's the only other 2 people that ever spent any time on that set. I feel like is Wesley and Data. So I was thinking season 2 was a big season for Data Geordi, because that's the first season we have Sherlock Holmes.
So that the friendship begins.
The friendship, I feel like a real actually established relationship.
Do you think they have to go on the holodeck because they're not doing so much con time together? They're like,
yeah, exactly. They miss each other. Yeah.
It's interesting. It makes me wonder, how does that come about? I'm just thinking, meta wise, you're a writer, we look back on it now and it's of course Geordi and Data are friends, but in the beginning, there was just characters. There was no there was no reason to connect them except for the fact that they kind of sat next to each other,
right?
On the bridge. So it's just interesting to see how the writers were okay, what do we want to do with these characters? And then they well, what if they were friends? And I mean, you later get the painting episode where Riker's well, someone should be documenting this, a blind man teaching an android how to paint. It's got to be worth something in somebody's book. And they're just Riker, go home.
I think that's season 2 as well. I could be wrong though about that.
But yeah, I'm not saying that it's not good that they're friends. It's just I try to also tell myself that they weren't always friends. It was something that was chosen and created, and maybe it was partly because of LeVar's and Spiner's actual friendship. That's
I think
seeing the chemistry.
There's 2 reasons. I think what you were saying. One is because they sat together. So obviously just the proximity makes it easy to write.
They're not high rank. They're they're
Right.
not commanders or stuff like that.
And the other thing, of course, is that it makes sense that Geordi and Data would have to spend scenes together, because if something's wrong with Data, Geordi's going to be the one to fix it.
That's true too.
So it just kind of, I feel like it grows naturally out of that sort of a thing as well.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not forced. It's just it's something that had to be created.
Yeah.
So yeah, season 2, the only 2 engineers I can think of is I've already forgotten her name, who came up in Lower Decks.
Gomez?
Thank you. Hot chocolate woman. But yes, so yeah, but yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, it's all over you. Yes,
Yeah.
it is all over me.
Because we got her for 2 episodes or 1.5, depending on how you want to count it. But anyway, and so that would have been an interesting dynamic, which ultimately was not explored. And then of course, Ashley Judd's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about her.
She has a character name that I can't remember off. Something rules, something laws.
Oh, Leffler.
Thank you, Leffler.
Leffler.
Which I was just, I know this sounds stupid. I forgot that she was a Judd. Like, she was the Judge. That's her mother and sister, the country group. But anyway, so yeah. So, but no other interpersonal dynamics for Geordi, at least in season 2, other than that.
I'm trying to think if anything happened with his vision or anything like that.
I mean,
season
obviously
2,
later we got into more a little with his family, with like his mother. But yeah, Geordi is interesting because while we see a lot of his dating, like we never actually see like a stable. You would think of all the people, Geordi would be like the get married and have a stable relationship, but that was O'Brien. Instead of him. Yeah,
they may, and we'll get into it, but they made La Forge awkward, which, I mean, I don't know if it's like an engineer thing, but like, La Forge just doesn't, he's not that, like, he's not awkward. Like, he's not an awkward engineer. Like, he's not.
Well, and especially with LeVar. LeVar is like very charismatic, so it was definitely against type.
Yeah,
I think it's just like it's an easy tropey way to make, because he's already a super genius, right? Like he's running engineering on the flagship when he's 25 or whatever, and so like he's kind of a hero type character. So how do you introduce a flaw? Well, it's easy to be like, well, he's a nerdy dude, so now
but he can't get a woman.
It's just easy tropey writing. That's all it is.
And then Deanna had to order him into the Jeffries tube.
I know.
Where he would, where there be no engineer at all.
Womp womp.
I did read once, and I don't remember where, so check your sources, do your own research. But it was a quote from LeVar that he thought there might be a reason they didn't pair him up.
Oh, really? I've never heard that or thought that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong. I remember the quote something about like the sexuality of a black man and showing that on screen. That was his thoughts. That was his thoughts. So
interesting. I mean, I wouldn't.
It was an all white. Look, we all know it was all white writer room, but
Right. I believe like Andrew Robinson when he says those things about his character. I'm not sure. I don't disagree with him. It's just clearly it doesn't feel like it's there, but I could see it. I don't think there would be a problem or anything.
Well, I mean, even Worf didn't have that except for that last dabble at the 11th hour with Troy, which that's true. Although he did have Kalar and a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're forgetting Alexander.
It's easy to do. Okay.
If only.
Now, one thing that they never really paid off, or at least they introduced but never, and then we fixed it. Now, in Encounter at Farpoint, when the visor exposition is happening with Dr. Crusher, it's revealed that he's actually almost always in pain when he uses it.
Right.
And then, if you remember, there's this vague comment in season 2 with Pulaski where she's like, oh, yeah, I can fix that. And I guess that's it.
Never to be heard again.
Because, I mean, there's certainly something there with like, I have this, disability and I have this tool that I choose to use. And, the choice, do I use it in pain? Do I not use it and be able to function or to be as much as I can, But no, it's just.
And I feel like, they obviously used the visor in the story plot a lot, but it was never, I don't think it ever felt like tropish. Like I think of, I don't remember. It was the enemy.
The Defector?
No,
the one where he's in the pit with the.
Is that the Defector?
No, the enemy. Right. I think it is the enemy with the Romulan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like he, loses the function of it because of the storm, and that is and then having to, La Forge his own tools to get his way out.
And then because there's that line too where he's like, you'll be my eyes and I'll be your feet or whatever he says.
Yeah, and the Romulan's like, you would have been killed at birth if you had been born on my planet. And he's like, well, I'm glad we're not on your planet because that's a terrible attitude.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, we'll get back here, but like because the way the Geordi's sense of humor, sardonic sense of humor is, but it's sort of like so I say it changes from season one. Season one, he's just he's not sarcastic because it's much more wide sense of humor, but he gets you don't see this much.
He's not the head of a department yet. He's carefree and fancy free.
But so it takes these kind of moments of when he's more alone or under stress that it comes out.
Yeah. I was thinking too. In Generations, we get that plot point of his visor with the sisters, and it's
with Soren.
So you do actually get a lot of mileage out of the visor. And there's other episodes too that we haven't even talked about.
Interface,
and I'm sure we'll talk about it too after. But then they just like, okay, let's just give him contacts at this point. LeVar doesn't want to put the visor on anymore, and it's like,
we can talk about when the visor disappears.
Sorry, quick question,
please.
For the trailer since you brought up season 3 of Picard and the trailer for when they show Geordi. What are his eyes? Like, are they the contacts or do they just have eyes at this point? Because I feel like it's definitely a possibility that they could have just given him regular eyes.
I think he's still wearing contacts, but
I
feel free to check me.
It's still a piece of his character. I don't think it'd be strange to be like, and now they could say technology is advanced and we can just give you regular eyes, but then it's like that's part of Geordi. It's not there.
So
same contacts from First Contact and moving forward. So
what, they can't afford new ones? I mean, that's been
well, they look the same. I guess
25 years. Anyway, yes, yeah. So season 4 till season 5. So which I know is everything, but TV wise. So that's new uniform. So Lieutenant Commander, Geordi La Forge, Chief Engineer, Enterprise D. So just the rest of the TV series, what sort of some memorable moments or some character arcs, which maybe there aren't any, or character moments from the, season 3 to 7 that you see from Geordi La Forge that are memorable. I
mean, Darren already mentioned his mom, who we see. I'm trying to think of all the family stuff. And his mom's a captain, right?
Yep.
Is that right?
Captain of the Hera, I think.
And she dies, right, in that episode?
Disappears.
Okay, that's right. Okay. Which is fairly traumatic, of course. But that's not really it's one of those weird late TNG season family connections.
Yeah, season 7, everyone has a family.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Never really impacted anything, and then it's just gone and never talked about again. So it's like
that's because we start with family, and then they're like, you know what would be great this season?
You know what all these characters have? Families.
We've just never seen them before.
And all we got was Riker's dad. Picard's mom, cough.
We talk about that.
Data's brother.
Well, no, don't even talk. Just don't even bring up Data's family because there's one for every season at that point.
Beverly's grandmother. Because this is all the stuff before they went family crazy. Like this is before they went family crazy.
Okay.
That's all. That's Deanna's mother, of course. I think that's kind of. I mean, Worf making a family, but that's different. And then, Beverly and Wesley. Right. But that's all we get it before. And then season 7 is like, hey, everyone has a mom and dad and family and grandmothers.
Well, we also have Descent, which is him and Data and Lore.
Another visor torture scene.
That's another visor.
Oh yeah.
Being used. Or there's also the Romulans that brainwash him, and they use the visor technology.
Yeah,
so maybe that's why nobody has a visor besides Geordi, because it seems to be a security risk.
Well, I forget. I don't know if it was a novelization or just something where I read, because it's all mixed up by this time in my life, that a meta, other than LeVar wants to wear contacts, that the meta was after Generations, Geordi's okay, this thing's a problem.
Well, yeah, you would think, right?
That's
you would
true.
think that would have happened.
It literally caused the destruction of the ship because they were able to
hack it.
Yeah. I should have changed my password from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I left it at the default setting when I picked it up from the visor store.
But it is interesting, of course, in the rest of the TV series that engineering is now busy. I mean, it's not just Barclay and everyone, but like there's actual people always walking around. And so Geordi actually has a team, that can, even though it is often just Wesley, Data, or Barclay, and whatever. But
yeah, and the one engineer that that episode gets to be snarky. Oh, what the heck, boy? We should do the other thing. Trying to think of what else that he has to chew on. I mean, of course, we've mentioned it, like all of his
PowerPoints
failings. That's right. Yeah, he does run a lot of the meetings, so he gets a lot of the jargon to speak. But
this is the situation of the day, according to Geordi La Forge. But yeah. I mean, even though he doesn't necessarily get a lot of development, I'm going to say meat, because that's not true. I mean, he's in the episodes and he does stuff, so it's not like he doesn't get anything. But even though there's nothing that like jumps out about like, oh, da da da. I mean, but he's obviously a part of the series, and a memorable part and a functional part. Because even if you are exposition dump man, I mean, it's not like he's not like boring. We're not like, oh, here's the Forge exposition part. So you have to fast forward through this. Like, no, he does it as he represents his position well. Just like Scotty was in the Jeffries tube. It's La Forge in front of the display. That's
yeah.
And I mean, obviously, even though Scotty did have his own bridge station, I felt they did it in a better way. Like, when he would get to the bridge and say like transfer control here, and it's not a bad thing to have your chief engineer on the bridge sometimes, and being part of the story like that makes sense.
It does make me wonder with LeVar if you ask him, I mean, such a Hollywood question, but like, because in engineering it's just him. I mean, backgrounds too, extras,
right?
But like, does he prefer being in engineering because then is he on his own schedule versus the bridge, and then you gotta wait for
That's
everyone?
True. Like, it's like how maybe you don't actually see many of your castmates as much because you're just not in scenes with them. Well, it also kind of makes me wonder. I don't know. It's like, because again, as he shifted to chief engineer, you have less kind of face time and it's more about, but it's engineering. I don't know. I was trying to think, because it makes me kind of think a little bit of B'Elanna in the fact that once, obviously she was an engineer for the majority, but once she became like Paris's wife, it was more, I don't know, it felt kind of like, although that's a whole probably topic about the balance of story plots versus characters for Voyager, but it felt like she got less screen time after she was now viewed in the lens of Paris's wife versus chief engineer, is what it kind of felt a little bit like.
I mean, wasn't Seven chief engineer? Wasn't?
I don't know. It's but yeah, season 7 of TNG, we get Interface. You have there's not a ton of like Geordi episodes. Interface is pretty much
the one I remember, and not necessarily because it's a good or bad episode, but just because the toy was always like the last one, and there was 50 of them on the toy rack in the toy aisle. Was the it's like season 4 or 5, whatever. The one where he turns into like a whatever,
the blue lizard creature. Yeah,
because that was always the like. There's 20 of those Playmates figures on the rack, and you're like, really? That's it. Okay.
Now those are probably worth something, but
that's one of those episodes I very, very. It's like a vague memory in the back of my. He does it slowly. Is it turning slowly into the
It's
lizard?
the one with the holodeck where he's like visually recreating it, and there's a shadow, and they're like, "What's creating the shadow?"
Yes.
It's like creepy as all get out, because it's like, "Oh, the shadow would be here," and you're like, "But there's nothing there."
Which ship assignment was that? Because that was when It was when he was Ensign La Forge. But I forget which ship that was, because there's a semi romance. I don't know. It's a good friend, but you could kind of see it if it was a semi romance with that woman that he served with. But I can't remember what the ship that he was supposed to have been on.
It's Interface, right? That's the name of the
No. Identity. I can't remember.
Identity Crisis.
Identity Crisis.
Let's see.
I'm just scrolling. I probably should just search. I'm just scrolling through the list.
You're like, man, TNG has a lot of good episodes. Obviously.
Something is luring a former away team back to the planet they once investigated 5 years ago. Yes.
418.
It is USS Victory.
Oh, so he was on the Victory as a
It's a
young
Constellation class. It looks like they just used the
Stargazer.
model, yeah. But
Well, he never talks to Captain Picard about that. I
I was on that ship for 20 years.
He never goes into the ready room going, I remember those.
Yeah.
But yeah. Because there's always like the dumb ones, like the dog episode where Aquiel, whatever. But well, okay, let's talk about, because we just saw her in Lower Deck. Sorry, spoilers, Daniel. Leah Brahms.
Yeah, Leah Brahms.
Leah Brahms of it all.
I mean, there's the one episode where Geordi learned that he shouldn't be a creep. But that was all fake Leah Brahms. And then we see the real Leah Brahms later. Mm-hmm. And she's rightfully creeped out. And that's it. Then of course we get the reference in All Good Things. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to wait to see what Picard does with that, if they're going to make it official, canon, or if they're going to go in a different direction. But yeah, it's a thing that exists, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think about this, and you guys can tell me what you remember. How much did Geordi change the Enterprise? I mean, as chief engineer, because he was chief engineer the whole time, really, from official active duty to it crashing into a planet. Was because I remember Leah Brahms, the real one, was always like, "Oh, you changed this, you changed that." So.
Was Leah Brahms like engineer in charge of the Enterprise, or was she an engineer in charge of Galaxy class? Oh, the engine.
I think she was the principal developer of the Galaxy class engine.
Okay. So it's for the whole fleet. It's not just the Enterprise.
So she's the one responsible for it not being able to eject. Is that?
Yeah, I guess so.
It can eject.
Well, I watched Generations, Darren.
Every time that they try to eject, they cannot eject. We didn't see an ejection until Voyager, I think, right?
Yeah.
And we also in Nemesis, or not Nemesis.
Insurrection. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so I just did. What? Yeah, I thought we needed like dual verification to eject that.
So you're telling me the Sovereign and Intrepid class people knew what they were doing, but no. Okay.
Yeah. She was a senior design engineer, a propulsion expert, and the director at the Zephram Cochrane Institute for Advanced Theoretical Physics.
Oh.
She is an accomplished woman.
Did she get a statue?
Probably not. No.
Oh, Zephram Cochrane. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, he's reaching up and she's high-fiving him with another statue that's next to him.
I just assume like when you leave, you get like it's like your retirement watch.
Statue.
Yeah. Oh, guys, there's the Cochranes. That has to be some sort of awards in Starfleet. The Cochranes.
Oh, the Cochranes.
Yes.
I was gonna say like it's also a unit of measure.
Yeah.
So
right.
But you all get the statue.
How many warps you're going? Yeah. Like the Cochranes. That'd be pretty funny. Actually.
I know. Paris got one for Threshold when he got back.
Yeah, he would have. Yep.
So yeah, I'm trying to think of all just the TV series, because obviously we're going to the movies here soon. Well, I mean, you guys can talk about more, but let's touch on All Good Things. At the time watching it, if you can remember, way back when, which is a long time ago, and even now, did that future Geordi make sense, or was it just like, what are you, writer? That's what? He should have been engineer all of his life, But
yeah, I don't like that idea that people have to be the same, like, static thing their whole lives. So, like, the idea that he's like, after, well, we learn later, of course, that he becomes a captain himself, and then, after a time, let's just say he does his 30 or 40 years in Starfleet, and he decides, this is how I'm going to spend my retirement. I'm totally fine with that. It is, you kind of wish that they thought ahead and like put like an episode of like, oh, I'm a writer and I like to do this and I'm in my spare time. And that's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker, but it's just nice foreshadowing. But for me, it's like, no, okay, he's a writer. He's spent time with his family, and that's it. That's what Geordi's doing now. I really do hate the trope that writers always write writers. And like this has been really annoying me in Deep Space Nine with Jake, and I hate those episodes where it's like about his writing, and I'm like, except for the one really good one, which is
Muse.
No. I just watched The Muse. The Muse is so bad.
The Visitor.
The Visitor, which is excellent.
Jeez,
but The Muse, which
you're
is
off
terrible.
the podcast. Jeez.
So I hate that trope. I wish they would pick something else. Like there's 1,000 things he could be doing. He could be planting raisins or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Just give him something else. But it doesn't bother me that Geordi is not a lifelong. He probably still engineers things on the side. It's a hobby.
Reads his wife's work, you know.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking of another Visor interesting part of the story. And maybe that's it as a whole. Is it maybe wasn't always the center of the story, but it was always something the writers had to write around sometimes. I was thinking of Time Zero when he goes back in time, and he obviously can't walk around with a 24th century visor on, so he has to wear the blacked out glasses and literally be blind when other people are nearby. And I'm like, oh, that's but that makes sense. He's holding the upside down program.
Okay. Anything? I mean, I know there's a lot, but anything before we go into the movies? Just regular TV.
I just wanted to touch on Relics because again, that's a very highly ranked episode, and it's a Geordi Scotty episode, and we get a little bit of a jerk Geordi in that, but it's kind of understandable. I mean, pictures.
Yeah. Look. I mean, look. Any of us who have been around older relatives, or just yeah. I mean, look, we've been there. We've been there, Geordi.
Geordi is kind of a terrible. He doesn't have great interpersonal skills. He's a kind of a bad manager. Like he gets annoyed with Barkley. He snaps it. Like he just is short with people. I think
he gets the work done, but at the expense of. He's not your friend, boss. He's the get it done boss.
You will be working the weekend.
Comes by with his Rectagino cup. Yeah, Barkley. I'm going to need you to work on that gravimetric emitter.
Oh, man. I told the captain 8 hours, and that runs over to Saturday.
I'm going to go hang out with Data. Sure, he could do it in a 12th the time, but I'd rather you do it.
Did you not manually configure the EPS taps?
Oh. Man. This is awkward.
Yeah, we're going to need those done.
These EPS reports, they...
What is an EPS report?
Do you know there's a cover pad on top of the other pad? You need to include it. Let me send you a copy of that transmission.
Here, it lays the pad. You could just transfer it to my... No, let me give you this one.
Let me send you another one, yeah.
Here, I'll get Ensign Barnes from Deck 12 to run a pad down to you,
It's a special sleeve you have to put the isolinear chip in. Why do we need to do that? Okay, so now
double
we all
spaced,
know that Geordi is Leffler, and
all right. Well, let's do Generations by itself, just because it's the Enterprise D, and then we'll do the last three.
The last time of the visor.
Yeah, as the engineer of the Enterprise D. So I mean, there can be a lot or little. So what is Geordi other than unfortunate torture? But anything else we have to see from Geordi in Generations other than telling Data to shut up?
I mean, he gets the ringer thrown at him. He gets beat up, blasted, loses his visor, gets kidnapped.
And then becomes the vehicle to blow up his own ship.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot of agency, really. He doesn't really do much.
He's also barely fitting inside that, what was that, O'Brien's uniform?
Oh, uniform.
Oh, yeah. Shift.
I don't understand. It's a movie. Why can't they just make more uniforms?
No.
I don't understand. Anyways, but
I don't think I've ever gotten the story on Generation. I'm not trying to it's terrible and sucks, but I'm just saying
actually,
there's a story there,
I thought it was that Generations was actually supposed to have a whole new set of uniforms.
It was.
And they didn't end up doing that, so their answer was stick half of them in
half and half.
DS9.
Yeah, that's what do we have? Yeah.
Honestly,
but still, even then...
They could have just kept it as the normal ones. They were fine.
Yeah, they could have. They definitely could have. You're absolutely right. Because, again, half the characters are still wearing the regular ones
and it's so random, and
because this was pre-Voyager, so you could have still argued, these are Starship uniforms,
right?
And those are space station uniforms, but no, Yeah. So not a lot of good stuff for Geordi, unfortunately. So then let's just do the last three films.
Well, actually, I mean, we do get the scene of him and Data talking about the emotion chip, which I think is a really kind of like culmination of their, part of their friendship. Is he trusts Geordi to like give him counsel.
Geordi shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do it. Okay, fine.
And that chip has grown. It's it was much smaller in Descent when he gets it, but it's interesting. You think Geordi should not have, like, in hindsight you can say that, but at the time when Data's like, I'm ready to do this, like, that's his body, man. Like, what do you say? You if you're his friend, you help.
And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking, so I'm probably wrong, because as you say, there's not to get to whatever, but it is his body, free choice. But like, I mean, don't you have to like report their? I don't know, because I'm trying to give I'm trying to give like a human parallel.
Look,
like
Data is a act first, ask questions, ask for permission later. He's like, so Captain, I made a daughter.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he's waited seasons. This has been years since Descent, so he's like, this is just If the Enterprise didn't get destroyed at the end of Generations, this could have just been another day on the Enterprise. This could have just literally been
a Tuesday.
Another episode.
Or wait, when did Star Trek come on? Thursdays? I forget.
Thursdays, I think.
Yeah.
Well, and then later, you obviously have what's it called? In his First Contact for sure, but I don't remember if it was. Oh yeah, that would have been the next one, where he has the ability to just like turn it off. It's like that's something that should have been installed yesterday
on Tuesday. So yeah, okay. So like I said, let's move on to Lieutenant Commander La Forge, Chief Engineer of the Enterprise E. So what do we get in the last three?
We get eyes.
We do. In Insurrection, they come back. I guess they regrow, whatever you want to call it, regenerate.
So remind me, because I never made it to the end of the movie because I kept falling asleep.
Spoilers.
But he does actually get eyes, right? He talks
they
about
regenerate.
They take out the implants because his eyes are. He's like, there was actually something right with my eyes.
So wait, they took the implants out?
Yeah,
and then put him back in, I guess, after.
Okay, I thought, for some reason, like his eyes like just grew around it or something. Like, I didn't understand how it worked. So at some point, somebody had to remove his implants, and then who does that? Did
Dr. Crusher.
Did they talk about it? I don't remember this.
It's one line.
Well,
okay,
yeah, it's him looking at the sunset and. Yeah.
Right. No, I remember the moment.
Daniel, are you saying there's some narrative problems in Insurrection?
I remember the moment and it feeling pretty impactful.
Yeah,
because,
it's a lovely scene.
Yeah, but I think about the logistics of it, and it's like, how long does it take an eye to grow on that planet? And like, does it not happen until you remove the physical impediment in the way? Anyways, it's gross. It's kind of gross. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, he gets first he gets the implants, and he gets eyes again.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you're right. I didn't want to run roughshod over that. Yeah, of course, in First Contact, he does no longer have the visor. He has visual implants.
And we get the cool shot in First Contact where we get him like zooming in as Cochrane's running away, and we're like, "What? You have telescope eyes? That's awesome!" Now, I mean, they weren't very cartoony, where they like protruded out of your face, to zoom in, but. I guess
when he sees a girl he likes, he goes, "Round."
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else happened to him in First Contact.
Well, I mean, he helps Zed from Cochrane. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. He's on the planet Phoenix.
Team.
He's on the Phoenix. He's literally on the first warp drive. That's massive.
I mean, can't tell anybody about it.
I mean, I was going to say he invents it because technically Zephyr did, but I mean, he helps rebuild the warp core.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. I know you have to wonder
from memory.
He's like, I'm wondering if he would have felt pressure to maybe make some like improvements. He's like, because he knows like this version,
there's always a problem here with the intermix ratio.
It's like, oh, if only you had this device or this system to manage the intermix. It's like you could just tell him. I think we should do that.
But then you're introducing a grandfather paradox. I'm like, people are already crazy about how First Contact affects the timeline and stuff. So it's
True.
if
I'd like to
Geordi's
see
tinkering.
the Department of Temporal Investigations
I know.
after action report for First Contact. They'd be like, so
Oh.
what time did you guys go to? Oh, literally just our first meeting with the Vulcans. Okay, I'm sure nothing changed that would dramatically. Well, we would be the first to know. They always say that. You would be the first to know.
Now, were they like, wait, where was this? Okay, the Borg. Wait, got it. All right. Can I see your sensor layout of where the Borg ship exploded? Oh, the Arctic. Didn't we? Guy, remember that report from the 22nd century about that thing they never explained?
Wait a minute. I see here that the Phoenix now has an antimatter reactor projector. It did not have one of those before.
What is this third nacelle?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Wait. The capsule landed on a glider system?
Like just splashed.
I don't remember that working that way, but which have you seen that first episode of season 3 of Lower Decks yet, Daniel?
Well, oh yeah, where they go to the
They go to Bozeman and
and they have the little Bozeman rides. Yeah.
It's a ride. I'm like, what a ride! Literally lifting off a rocket. It's like, you imagine, you take someone from NASA from our century and you bring them forward in time. They're like, wait. So launching a rocket into space, one of the most difficult things our entire organization's built around, is literally a kiddie ride. It's so
and it goes warp speed. It actually goes warp speed.
It actually goes warp speed. It's so cheap and easy and reusable to do. You can get on it for free. It's not even a paid ride. Launch into space and come back down. Oh man,
I thought
it was fun. Yeah, I thought it was fun.
Still want to know where Zephram got the dilithium for that. Anyway.
Oh yeah, we don't know.
Well, maybe used a different.
Yeah, I don't think
materials.
you need dilithium. It's probably just the most efficient.
It's like because it's the focusing crystal.
Antimatter, yeah.
Well, just foreshadowing.
He just jammed the Hope Diamond in there.
Now that would have been great. It's like oh lordy, what's that Nick Cage film where he's doing all the American history stuff, stealing stuff?
National Treasure.
Yeah, sure. Except it's Cochrane having to steal all the components for the warp drive.
We're gonna have to steal the Hope Diamond. What?
I'm not doing the sober.
Well, I think
him and Lily just doing heists.
I'd love it.
That would be good.
It's like Gone in 60 seconds. They gotta
Man, you got Nick Cage on the brain.
All right. So, anything else in the movies? I mean, there is, but other than obviously he loses Data at the end, but nothing really else.
Picard can tell him, "Hey, I re-met Data, and he died again."
And you missed that too.
You missed that.
Yeah.
Did I really not call any of you? I don't know.
Yeah. Ooh, awkward. I guess he only liked me the best.
So how have you been, Picard? Well, when Data and I went on that adventure, wait, what?
Oh. All right. Well, unless anything else jumps out from Insurrection and Nemesis.
It'd be interesting to see what what he has been up to, and we do know a little bit of helping build the Romulan escape fleet, I think.
Well, before that, he helped with building the jellyfish. I feel like we get more of off-screen Geordi than we do on-screen
That's
Geordi.
true.
We get more filled-in Geordi backstory for any of the other characters. We have no idea what anyone else is up to, but Geordi, we kind of have a timeline, like what's he doing now?
Well, and I was, again, there's nothing that leads to this, but I think it would have been cool if he, when they're like, what have you been up to? If he had been like caretaker to like B4 or something like that.
Sure.
Like he felt it was his duty to and so he lives in his house and he's helping him slowly unpack his neural mind. I'm like, that could be, I could see Geordi doing that.
Instead, he's in Murder Lady's drawers.
Also, don't you, look, he has La Forge presumably has a life and does other things, but don't you think he would have been in contact with, what's his face?
Oh,
Maddox.
Maddox, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If Geordi was still involved in somehow. Oh, yeah, if Geordi had before, then definitely. But I don't know if they would.
There's nothing to say he did. I would have
thought Geordi would have been man, I really lost contact with Maddox. What happened to him? Oh, he got killed.
He's dead.
And who killed his girl, who's now the Borg Queen? Have I really not contacted any of you all for?
Actually, that would be hilarious if the first episode of Picard season 3 is like a lot of stuff is going down.
All it is, first shot is Geordi busts into the room and he goes, "Wait, so Maddox is dead. His ex-girlfriend killed him, and she's now the Borg Queen. Is this a sentence I ever thought I would say?" And then walks out.
At least Riker, at least Riker and Troy know about Data at that point.
Yeah.
Kind of, a little bit, but they.
Wait, he made another daughter? Wait.
Well, they know a lot about Data because of the positronic brain and that whole impact on their family.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like they became experts in positronic brains, because that's what you do when your kid's sick. You become experts in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's, and we did see a possible future, but again, whatever that means.
Oh, and Voyager.
Yeah, we saw Captain La Forge. So
wait, was that? Oh yeah, that was the
Timeless
alternate
finale.
future. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Or I thought that was the finale.
No, it's timeless.
No, I feel like there is definitely something Captain LaForge mentioned, or like in regular normal passing. Am I wrong?
You can feel free to correct me, but not that I know.
Wait, so describe to me Timeless. I don't.
That's
remember
where
that one.
Kim and Chakotay are the only one who survived. Voyager's frozen.
You're right. I'm juxtaposing that action to the end of. It's the Klingons that are chasing her for their stolen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
time machine.
It was the DeLorean that they made out of the Bird of Prey. Oh yeah.
Wait, Doc,
I might be mixing it up.
You made a shuttle into a time machine.
But yes. So I mean, just going off, what we've seen, we just have, Commander La Forge, engineer of the Enterprise E, and then Countdown I feel like is canon, but obviously they can do whatever they want on Picard. But Countdown comics, as we've said, that he was doing the engineer stuff with the jellyfish in 2009, Star Trek 2009, and then was helping with the Romulan fleet. That was in the novelization or the novels of Picard. Which again,
was there no on-screen reference of Geordi in season 1 of Picard? I don't remember.
There was no one.
Okay,
because unless they again, Riker, Troy, unless they showed them, there's been no mention of any single person on the cast.
Okay, all right.
So that's where we are. I'll go ahead and promote him. Commander La Forge was kind of like what we last knew as far as the 24th century. So, now in the 25th century, I've already blanked on because I haven't been watching like the teaser religiously or anything.
Now I want that intro where it's like Geordi La Forge in the 25th century. Geordi La Forge, he's got eyes again.
Does he have a rank in the teasers? I can't remember. I just can't remember.
I had it just up. Hang on,
it's so hard to say because
he's definitely in a uniform. He's definitely in a uniform.
Is he Captain La Forge or?
Give that man a station or something. He needs.
I don't know. Where are the?
Is he Commodore? One of them's a Commodore.
It's like a sideways triangle. I don't know what it
Worf
means.
is a Commodore.
No,
you're right. It's Geordi. He's got the two little, just like
like Commodore O.
Like Commodore O. Yeah,
yeah. He's the Commodore, isn't he?
It's the single star, quote unquote, on the
whatever shape, upside down rhombus with a.
It's a trapezoid, upside down trapezoid shape.
I'm looking at the whole cast now, and Worf doesn't have a thing on his thing. He does have the uniform on,
but he also has the
baldric,
which might be
right. But there's two sides. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll figure it out, I guess.
But anyway, I believe so. We're until we're told differently. It looks like Commodore La Forge. So, which that would be sort of a technical position. Again, we're not going to make up season 3 Picard, but I guess I don't know, and we can stop right here if you want. But I don't know. What any thoughts? I guess we'll do that. Final thoughts. So this is kind of the arc or what we know of La Forge as we go into season 3. So any final thoughts about La Forge as we see what he's been up to for the past 20, 30 years?
Again, it's interesting because I have to kind of unplug the novel verse because the novel verse has covered all of this. Where they went, what they did. I believe he married Leah. Or he's in some sort of like open relationship with like two people. It's kind of weird. I don't understand it exactly, but it's that he did marry her, but it was like after her husband died. It's really it's still creepy, guys. It's still pretty.
Well, she was married, so for her to be married, it either has to be something has to be going on.
I think I don't know. I don't know what to really. I'm kind of just waiting to see just what they give us, like, and just go from there.
Yeah, Geordi's a character because he doesn't really have that much of a defined arc on the show through the movies,
And with no data.
Like it is like
Who does he talk to?
Oh, guys, remember me? We had a couple of scenes.
He's a Commodore. He can do whatever the heck he wants.
He's kind of a blank slate, which is interesting, I suppose. Like they could do whatever kind of really. I kind of worry he's kind of the type of character they could kill, and I don't want them to kill any of these characters.
No more death. Come on.
I really, really don't want them to. But like we see, like I said in the poster, that he still has the same vision, the same implants. So that's obviously not gone anywhere. So really, it's just what has he been up to in his professional and his personal life, and I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't really expect or want anything out of Geordi. I'd love to just see super competent Geordi again and like solving problems and stuff. I guess that's kind of all I want.
You just want to see him in front of a pool table of some sort.
or giving a presentation
on the MSD, well, let's say we follow the warp flow
on the Stargazer Bridge. He gets to use the hologram.
Oh no,
Titan A, Titan A.
Yeah.
No. I think it's Canadian.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it for La Forge. We look forward to that, and then as it comes in the future, we'll hit the other characters. But Daniel, if folks want to talk to you about your favorite pasta, I don't know if it's Fugili or not, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at @OneUpDan. That's the number one, not the word as in there is only one right kind of pasta. But I will leave you up to guess what that is.
All right. And Darren, if folks want to talk to you about which one's your favorite warp core, Enterprise D or Enterprise E, where can they find you?
We need 2 warp cores. They need to make an X in engineering. So much power. Oh man. Now I think that the Stargazer, the new Stargazer, needs an X warp core where like they come down, and because foreign nacelles got to have more warp cores. They can find me on drsci-fi.com, DRSCIFI.
And if folks want to talk to me about any other murder mysteries where the dog did it, they can find me at NC Public Servant. All right, guys. Well, until next week, I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And I'm Darren Moser.
Stranded here on City Alpha 3.